This video is about Everquest's fastest mount, where it's from, how it works, what it does, and why you might want it. Because, I mean, who doesn't want a faster mount? So there's a mount from Ring of Scale expansion, and it comes from the last raid in the expansion. So Faradar in, well, I guess it's called Vanquisher of Talander, but I believe on the map it's where Faradar actually is in Vicious Peak. So I I also believe that the event drops the mount every single time. So the mount looks like a flying Sokokar. There's a few of them in the game that look that way. So the old one was called Bridle of the Flying Imperial Sokokar, and for several years it was the fastest cast mount in the game. It was the only mount in the game that took 1 second to cast. Um, Now there's several, and the one I'm talking about in this video from that raid is Bridle of the Flying Imperial Sokokar. But if you notice, what it says here is mount speed is ludicrous. So this mount is actually faster than, let me show you what it looks like. This mount is faster than every other mount. As far as I know, there is no other mount in the game that is ludicrous speed. However, one cool thing about this mount, which it has the same dual ability as Bridle of the Flying Sokokar and the illusion aspect of the Brood, where you have a walking and a flying version. But the other thing that it does is it's either the first time you loot it or you actually right click it and ride the mount, it upgrades all of your other mounts to ludicrous speed. So how you can verify that is your velocity in your character page. It says 85. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the very fast mounts are 75. So it's more than 10% faster. And here I can get off this mount, and personally I like using one of the carpets. I can get on any other mount that I have, and I can verify my velocity is 85. So it upgrades all your mounts. If you got a really slow mount from an old expansion that's not even very fast, it'll make that ludicrous speed as well. So pretty cool. I didn't even know about that until my guild went back, past expansions they're working on acquiring a trophy, a guild trophy that drops from the same event that increases critical spells and critical dots. And I don't know how many times they had to do it. They worked on getting that trophy for like 6 months and killed that event something like 15 times, and it finally dropped. So they got that trophy. That's what they're after. And I guess I don't know if everyone discovered that mount. I wasn't aware of it whatsoever until we actually did the raid and it dropped. And yeah, I got that and found out that it was faster than everything, and upgraded my mounts, and it's a pretty cool item. Who doesn't like a faster mount? And for it's just a total game changer for most classes on Zek. You can see my name's Red. I play on the Zek server. I play a monk, so it doesn't really matter for me. I mean, it's nice traveling places, but for classes that can do damage while on a mount, like a Druid, Necro, Ranger, any casting class. Uh, I'm not. I don't know if a Ranger can use his bow on his mount. I would assume that they can, but it'd be huge for all of them, and to catch up to people if you're chasing them to try to kill somebody, or if you're trying to get away. I mean, if you can move faster than they do, that's huge. So yeah, that's EverQuest's fastest mount, and that raid. If your guild never went and and beat the last expansion, few expansions ago, Ring of Scale, it's worth going back and getting that mount.